Good morning. You're on the Brekky Show with Scotty. It's just about to turn 20 minutes away from 9 o'clock, and keep that round of applause going as we introduce the one and only Chips Khan.
Oh, good morning, Fish Day. Look, I love your introductions. I actually live for them on a Monday or a Tuesday.
You don't see it too much anymore on the big screen.
Oh, yeah, there was a little bit of that. What was the game that I was watching the other night, Scotty? There was a little bit of argy-bargy going on.
A little bit of argy-bargy?
Yeah.
But you don't see too much going on in the crowds. And,
no.
That's something that you sort of associate with maybe overseas, when they're watching a game that it can be a bit boring because they're not scoring. That's
true, Scotty.
And so they have to do something. But football's an exciting game that you want to follow that ball.
Yeah,
you don't
and the game
fighting in the crowds
that I watched, I think was a close game with the juniors. That was the Crows against the was it the Demons? No, I couldn't be wrong.
Have you got any...
45 to 49, the points were.
Have you got any scores for the East Kimberley Football League?
No, I do not have that for the seniors, Scotty, so I'm just not sure what's happening.
Been looking too.
Scotty, can I just
They've got a fantastic Facebook page.
They do, and it's not...
You think they would update
Now, I've just got to tell you that Tash Cross, who is the secretary, who probably does the updating, had an operation last week. So she's just out of action, which is possibly
there
why
were some plenty of good games. The Tigers and the Magpies, the Dockers and Power and Hawks and the Roos all played down in Halls Creek.
And we haven't got any scores.
I did hear one team didn't rock up, which means the team had to do the big drive. Had to do the big drive, only for the team not to rock up, and then they had to do the big drive back. It's
going to be frustrating.
It's going to be very frustrating.
Yes.
You're either in or you're not.
No.
Anyway,
good on the EKFL,
the Blues and the Waringarri Crows played at Warmun, so did the Eagles and the Kununurra Demons. And we'll try to update you on Friday with round 7 of the games. Round 7.
Now, Scotty, just on that note, back to Halls Creek, unfortunately, there were no spectators allowed at that game.
Yeah.
Is that the one that you said didn't happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway.
Gates locked.
Yes.
So, anyway.
Yeah, now, Scotty, so Nick Tierney, who's now in Clontarf, he is the one who's arranged for those junior football games to be played. So, great to see Nick, those kids having an opportunity to actually play a game.
He's one of the organisers for the NAB AFL Auskick as well.
Yes.
Which gets played on Thursdays at Town Oval.
Onto that, Scotty.
4:30 till 5:30. We've talked many times, haven't we, about junior sports programs. All of these sporting codes around Australia are very, very switched on because they realise that they're the next generation of superstars that we're going to be watching live in stadiums and on television, and they're putting their good investment into the future of the game, through the future of the players.
100%, Scotty. That's right.
So well done to Auskick. Remember that Thursdays. Hopefully your kid's involved in Auskick. 4:30 till 5:30 at Town Oval. While we're talking junior sport, remember tomorrow is all about tennis at the Kununurra Tennis Club. You can find out lots of information about tennis at their Facebook page, Kununurra Tennis Club. They're doing junior tennis coaching and also the
social tennis on Tuesday at 6 p.m. Yeah. I still haven't got down there, Scotty.
Well, you're going to have to do that.
I know that. Yes, it's beautiful. Oh, bit too chilly now.
You can take my spot.
Yes, I will represent for fish and chips, Scotty.
Yeah, please do. You're the
only partner out there.
Well, you won't get.
It's not going to be you, Scotty.
Well, we're not going to be. No. She does need another. She does need another fish to help her play tennis because now, I won't be there.
That tartar sauce. She volunteered. Remember, M?
Yeah, that's right.
M. So M, are you listening? we need to play some tennis. Yes.
Now, also the netball's still up and running. The Net Set and Go are playing on Wednesdays. They're about 3 weeks in to their season. Every Wednesday, 4:30 till 5:30 down at the netball courts, and it was looking fantastic.
And Scotty, we'll go over to senior netball. I'm not sure what the results are there, Scotty, but I caught up with Nettie from the Redbacks.
Oh, great!
Yes, that was this morning at fitness class, and she just said, it's a bit tough this year because already 3 weeks in, they've had 2 major injuries, a knee and an ankle.
The Redback team has had injuries. Okay.
Yes, yeah, and that they started the season with heaps of players, and now they're down to, how it is. People can, come and go throughout.
It's a hotly contested bunch down there, don't they?
Unfortunately, it's fraught with injuries. That game.
Netball is it's a injury-prone game.
It is going so hard and fast, and just all across the court, up in the air, sideways. Some salts, Scotty. It's all happening out there on the netball courts.
Well, since you brought it up, Chips, do they focus on this sort of stuff? Do they have
how to prevent?
Well,
I guess not really, Scotty. It's more about the tactics, isn't it? That's actually an interesting thought. To my knowledge, training doesn't really cover, how to stay safe. But I guess most of the injuries happen because you make that split-second decision to change your movement mid-air or, to have to suddenly jump higher or faster or further than you intended to. Or then maybe your body, is able...
I bring it up because, there is a big focus on AFL. We'll have a look at the AFL rounds. There is a big focus nowadays
Scotty. It could well be happening.
On concussion.
Yeah.
There is, a lot of research being done on concussion from sports such as boxing and also from NFL in America, gridiron, etc., etc. There's a big focus on it nowadays. There is concussion rules, etc., etc. And you just wonder if these sporting bodies sort of look at areas that are a bit of a concern. And obviously netball, knees and ankles and things like that.
And collisions. Concussion obviously is not such a prevalent one on the netball courts. However, collisions happen all the time and 2 or more can go down hard. Yeah, so... Yeah, it's interesting, Scotty. I'll have to let you know.
But then, there's injuries in every sport, isn't there? Athletics.
You can roll your ankle walking across the road, Scotty.
So true, so true. Well, some of those AFL footballers do that late at night, walking home. Yes. They get all sorts of injuries.
Indeed.
Very, very late at night. They don't see something in front of them.
Must be a bit dark, yes, Scotty.
A bit dark, that's right.
Anyway.
Moving on very quickly. Where are we going? Look, I just wanted to talk about something we were talking about on this day. Yes. It was on this day back in 1875, and I've got to check.
Oh my goodness!
I've got to check my cheat sheet.
Do tell me you didn't have that in your head.
No, 18. I'm just checking on my cheat sheet. Where are we? 1875 was right. The Kentucky Derby, which is a big horse race over in Kentucky. Funny about that in Louisville in Kentucky.
Right.
That was run for the first time on this day, the 17th of May, 1875. Now, I did say that I would find out who won this year, and it was Medina Spirit.
There you go,
who was embroiled in controversy because Medina Spirit's Derby win was called into question after the horse tested positive to an anti-inflammatory steroid, betamethasone.
Right.
Betamethasone after the race. And I think that's a banned substance.
Yes, okay, sounds a bit like it could be.
Yeah, so it was Medina Spirit. We were talking about it a little while, and I said, well, we'll talk about it.
And
that was run a couple of weeks ago, the big Kentucky Derby.
Right.
And I don't know what the big horse race was over the weekend, but I'm sure there were a couple. Should we have a look? AFL, or have you got something you want to talk about?
AFL? Oh, no, I was just going to mention the Speedway. So I was in
for time. Yeah, we're doing great.
Ben Helston.
Yeah, great.
And he's a committee member and soon to be new daddy.
Yeah, well done. And a pretty good golfer in his day.
Oh, is he?
Yes, but we don't see him on the golf course anymore because he's a rev ed.
Yes, they are.
He's traded in his buggy for a speedway car.
Oh, there you go. And yeah, so he said that Saturday night went great with a little bit of carnage in all divisions. I said to him, it sounds like you should be on the radio with us. Yeah, he reckons he's not good at public speaking.
He is so. Yeah. And we'd love to see you in the studio,
yes,
Ben.
And Scotty and I vote you come in.
Now, we've got 6 rounds this year, so if Ben can come in one of those rounds, would be absolutely sensational.
Also, he said there were great numbers through the gates, and the spectators.
Rightly so.
Yeah.
It's a great spectator sport, and I might even add that the spectators probably enjoyed a little bit of carnage. The drivers wouldn't.
Yeah, no.
The mechanics definitely wouldn't.
No, but the spectators would have.
But the spectators
got a lot out of it.
Would have seen that. And I bet Rusty Gunn was out there as well.
Yes, and, still going strong out there.
And he loves it. There's some great people involved in Kununurra Speedway. If you went along, I bet you had a fantastic time. Round 1 was on the weekend.
Round 2's coming up June 5th and 6th.
That is the June long weekend.
Yes, and so they're going to have, more travelling drivers attend that one.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
It's a bit of a bigger one.
They got a couple of rounds in July and then a couple more in August as well, with round 6. I think their last round being on the 28th of August. Mark that one in your diary. But round 2, as Chips just said, the 5th and 6th of June, that's the June long weekend.
Yeah, and yes, all coming up fast.
Big weekend.
Now, Scotty, there also, Motocross was happening, and Kelly Peterson, who's helping out there, doing a great job.
Dirt bikes and diamonds, that was?
Yes. That was great. They had people from Broome and Darwin come over, and a couple of new people have signed up for memberships, which is always really important.
And what about the diamonds? Are they heading away from the Kimberley or away from the East Kimberley?
I don't know. Who won them?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What a great prize for people to go racing and picking up some diamonds in the race.
Let's see if she's there listening. Well, or available.
Dirt bikes or diamonds, that was on Friday, probably a bit of practice on Friday and then racing on Saturday the 15th of May, just gone. Their canteen and barn was up and running. There was camping out there. I bet they had a fantastic time racing for diamonds and cash prizes at the Kununurra Motocross Club at the end of Ivanhoe Road. Well done to them. And so it was a rev-head weekend, no doubt about it. And we haven't got any updates of when their next race is on, but they've got a Kununurra Motocross Club page on Facebook as well.
Yes, they sure do.
So check that out.
They're a really devoted bunch of committee members and members out there who get behind the BCBs, and there's certainly been done a lot of work being done out at Motocross, and we want great new lights, Scotty. Relatively new lights.
We want Craig to come in. And,
Craig can tell us he's a devotee.
He is. We want him to come into the studio and talk about his champion son, but also all of the gang out at the Kununurra Motocross Club. Craig, if you're tuning in, you'll get some information to us about your next meet, and maybe come into the studio on a Monday and have a quick chat to us. We'd love to have you in the studio. As we love to any sport in the studios, including the East Kimberley Football League. Let's have a look at the AFL over for round 9. Some great matches. Maybe a couple of upsets. We'll have a look. And Geelong had a 21-point win over St Kilda on Friday. Saturday was 5 games, and the Swans 30-point winners over Collingwood. I think there was a bit of an upset down in Tasmania, where the two teams that play in Tasmania on a regular basis went down there, and North Melbourne 7-point winners over the Hawks to register their first win of the year.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't back them. Did not back them at all. Okay. So well done to North Melbourne, their first win over a bit of a hapless Hawks at the moment.
Yes, I know. They're not doing too well at all.
Lions had a big win. They went down the Goldie. It was not far down the M1. And they had a big 73-point win over the Suns. The Richmond come from behind win against the Giants to win by 4 points.
Nicely done.
And they dug deep, and I bet Damien Hardwick was very, very proud of him because he gave him a bit of a serve, and they stepped up. So well done to Richmond, 4-point winners over the Giants. And I think the other upset, although they are playing very good football, the Western Bulldogs on the road at Adelaide Oval, where Port played pretty well, and they beat them by 19 points.
Jeez.
And Port Adelaide were third on the ladder. I've got the ladder all lined up. I'll have a look in a minute.
Oh, yeah, that was a good game, Scotty. That was a good...
Yeah, well, the Bulldogs, we're going to see a couple of
that was the game
teams.
that had a bit of argy-bargy.
Yeah, okay. There you go. We're going to see a couple of newish teams we haven't seen in the 8 for a while.
Yes.
Towards the finals, hopefully. Sunday was 3 games. Great to see your mob have a win over Freo.
I didn't see it, but always happy for that.
I think that was played at Marvel, and I don't know if it was just me in my eyes or whether it looked like it was being played at night. So whether the lights in Marvel are not as switched on as...
Is that right?
Well, it looked very, very dark in there. It was, I only saw it on television, of course, and it looked very, very dark. 7 points. Essendon win over the Dockers. Great win to Melbourne, who are undefeated after 9 rounds and looking good. Good win, 26 points over Carlton. And with the last game, I don't think we need to talk about.
Scotty, and why is that?
30-point winners to West Coast Eagles.
Who did they defeat, Scotty?
They defeated this team who's not doing too well. My beloved Crows. Not too well this year.
Well, it's got to be their year next year, Scotty.
Well, they peaked in 4 years ago and got done by Richmond in the grand final, and they haven't been the same since.
That's
they haven't been the same since. No, they were so dominant in that year too. It was fantastic to be watching that. But no, and that's it. And, it takes a lot of work, doesn't it, for a football team
and
the whole team.
Yeah,
everybody associated, club people, people who, in the canteen, and everybody.
And then to have such
to all come together and push the team into...
And then what happened the following year, and then no one could kind of recoup.
Yeah.
But that happens, Scott.
But a 30-point win to West Coast Eagles at Optus. Well done to the West Coast Eagles, beating the Adelaide Crows for the last of the round. I didn't back the Crows, I might add.
You didn't?
Well, I haven't done it much.
Look, I know. I'm not surprised.
I didn't do it at all last year and won the footy tip competition. So,
look,
I haven't done it too many times this year.
We all know that, Scotty, and we're not holding that against you because you're a great guy. Now, Sam Kerr's Chelsea got...
Yeah, I saw that.
You flogged 4-0 in the Champions League. Exactly, against Barcelona. So that was a shame.
There must be some pretty talented Spanish ladies running around.
Yes, indeed, for Sam not to get anything.
I've always been impressed with Spanish footballers.
Have you?
Yeah. They are the most precise...
are they?
Let me just finish. They seem to be the most precise of passing the ball around the paddock.
Okay, they do it very neatly, do they?
Absolutely. It's like it is
choreographed.
It is lesson 101 for Spanish football is to learn how to pass and stop, control, move, etc.
Obviously, kept them in good
right from the get-go, from little things, from little kids. The Spanish team has always been just amazing.
I have to chat to Tui and find out whether that's part of the tribe these days.
While we're talking soccer, a beautiful game, known as football around the world. FC Kununurra are up and running with their social games on Wednesday, 6:30 at the Ag Oval.
Oh, it's at the Ag Oval, yes.
Now, you can get in contact with Tui on 0411 695 537 to talk about soccer. It's open to men and women, age 14, age 14 plus, and all skill levels are appreciated. And of course, with backpackers in town, you get some really good skill levels, and people who love the game who don't play very often, like myself. No skill level.
And Nafisa's EKJP walking soccer's still happening.
Fantastic.
I think it's on a Monday. I don't know, but Oscar brings I'll find out exactly, Scotty, so we can tell everyone what day that is. But
okay, we need a bit more update on All Abilities Sport too, and what they're doing around the place.
Right. Now,
I know they're still doing walks into Miramar and all that sort of stuff, but we haven't got any update on
I'm supposed to catch up with Nafisa this week, so I'll give you an update after that. Now, Ben Cousins has returned to football after 10 years. Did you know that?
No.
Out of the game, 10 years out of the game. He's playing for Queen's Park Bulldogs in Perth.
There you go.
Yeah, okay. So
they're probably very happy to have him.
Yes, indeed. And Perth Glory.
What do they just do they unlock a cage on the day of the match and out he comes, or
okay?
They hustle him back into the cage.
Skipping past that one, but on to Perth Glory, who smashed the Wanderers 4-0 in the league soccer. Did you catch up with that too? That's good news. And Kaylee McCowan has broken 3 national records in 3 days at the Sydney Open over the weekend. She's a swimmer who broke the 200, 150 metre backstroke records.
Well done. She's an up-and-coming champion, is she?
Yeah, one to watch indeed.
All right, let's head on. We're running out of time.
Scotty, we've got to finish with the important week that this week is. So tell us all about golf.
Yeah, okay, and then you tell us about what the important week that this week is.
Absolutely. Hit us with it, Fish.
Okay. Now, the competition event that was played at the Lake Kununurra Golf Club yesterday was an 18-hole par event, which is just an interesting form of game. It's you sort of get rewarded for being close to par, basically.
Okay. Yeah.
It's proudly sponsored by Kununurra Diesel Services. Brad Adams, a great supporter of the Lake Kununurra Golf Club and his business, Kununurra Diesel Service, KDS, many years. And very, very happy to say, with a great score of +7, which is equal to the best par score that I've heard in the last decade.
Is that right?
Young Adam Harmon.
Oh, wow. Well done.
Yeah, he was on fire, apparently. It was played very, very well.
Didn't know he's been singing
and he's young Adam Harmon. Old Bob Harwood, no, I shouldn't say that, but old Bob Harwood, I will say it. He was +5. He must have been thinking, I've got a good chance of winning this.
His son pipped him.
He said, no, Bob Harwood.
Sorry. Yes, what was I thinking?
But Bob has been playing some good golf recently, so well done, Bob. But
Bob.
Bipped by 2 by Adam Harmon, so well done. And well done to Troy Puckridge, who got the gross, as in...
Again?
Yes.
Troy's on fire as well.
Yeah, well, we want him to be on fire. We're getting close to champs on the June long weekend. We've got Derby and Broome heading our way.
Okay, no pressure, Troy.
We want a Kununurra golfer to step up and be the champion of the Kimberley. And we've got a couple of anointed ones, and hopefully one of them will get up.
Okay.
There is
we have
4 or 5 good golfers in the club at the moment.
That's good, Scotty. Okay, bless you.
Well, I held that one in.
You did really well.
And well done to the ladies. Well done to Leanne Adams, who had a +2, and she won the ladies. And Erin Whittaker with a +1 was the runner-up. And Rhiannon Morris is playing very well as well. She got the gross. So well done to those winners of the par event. There is a game being played on Sunday. We're going to start at 10 o'clock this coming Sunday, so everybody can get a bit of a sleep in after the Kimberley Moon experience.
Yes, very good. That's
so 10 o'clock, it's an 18-hole Stableford and sponsored by Ord Machining. So
fantastic.
Look forward to seeing lots of people, and maybe a few tourists, maybe a few people that don't normally see.
People in town, Scotty.
What a great way of shaking off a Kimberley Moon experience.
Indeed, on the golf course in this beautiful weather.
It is. It was a sensation. A bit windy out there, but beautiful yesterday.
I bet.
All right.
Now, Scotty, I've got to say, this is National Volunteer Week. So
fantastic.
Congratulations, and top job that everyone out there in the community is doing as a volunteer. And Scotty, I'd like to congratulate you. You volunteered your time as president of the Lake Kununurra Community Golf Course.
That's great.
And thank you. Can you just tell us, Scotty, I'm just putting you on the spot, you tell me what being a volunteer means to you.
Well, you got to put your money where your mouth is for a start. You know, you can't. I don't know. I mean, I love golf.
Yeah, did anyone know
I love the golf club.
Scotty loves golf.
And people have got to step up and give a little bit back. We've always been a doer rather than a watcher. So
and that's great, Scotty.
There are lots and lots of great doers out there.
There sure are. You're one of them.
Yeah.
The town is full of them, luckily.
Yeah. Oh, this town is absolutely full of them, and it's you get a real buzz to see everybody
to give back to your community and make your club greater.
Yeah. Enjoying doing what we're doing. But and right from the start,
the club is doing really well at the moment.
Yeah, right from the start, you need a few people just there to organise things.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a pleasure.
Fantastic job at it, Scotty.
But we've got a great committee, and
yes, that helps. President can only be great with
You're good with spelling.
A good
team. There is no I in team.
Indeed, Scotty, you hit the nail on the head, and that's what being a volunteer is all about, isn't it? You're a part of a team. You're making things happen.
Team stands for together. Everyone achieves more.
Oh, Scotty, that's beautiful.
You've heard that before.
Thank you, Scotty. That was a great way to round it up. It is International Volunteers Week, and you have to celebrate your volunteers any way you can. I'm going to be doing Facebook posts, so I'd love to see the photos or have interviews with you, so you can tell me what being a volunteer means to you, or you can just send through a picture and a few lines about your top volunteer in your group or volunteers.
Brilliant. And, the volunteers are going to be thick and fast all over this week too, because
helping
we're leading up to the Ord Valley Muster, and then of course next week is the big event. The calendar of events is out, and there is loads of things on, and volunteers will be helping out all over the place.
And potentially they still need volunteers to help these events happen this next couple of weeks.
Okay, now how do people get in contact with all that then?
I would imagine, for not knowing any other way, that you get in contact with the Ord Valley Muster Facebook page.
Okay,
and just
that's
say,
a good idea.
If you find, I'm sure there's information on there. If not, give those guys a message and they can point you in the right direction.
To all the great volunteers out there, well done. Have a fantastic week and get in contact with Maria.
Wonderful.
How do they do that, Maria?
0448 445 348, or find me at the Save the Children building, working for the Department of Local Government, Sport and Cultural Industries, in the youth hub there.
Great.
Yeah. And also Liz from Basketball Kimberley's coming over to help progress basketball and pathways.
Well, hopefully we'll see her in the long weekend in June too.
Oh, yes,
she's a champion golfer. She is. She hits a very, very good ball. She represents Broome.
Okay.
And she's won. She's been the Kimberley champion before.
She has indeed, Scotty.
So she'll probably want to give that another bash.
Yeah.
Fantastic to see you, mate, on a Monday. Look forward to doing it all again next week.
Indeed. Have a super week.
And, of course, if we talked about your sport and you would like to come into the studio and talk about it a little bit more, we would love to have you in the studio. Get in contact with Chips or get in contact with me through Waringarri here and come in on a Monday and talk about your favourite sport. Dazzle us with a couple of sporting stories and
or your experience as a sportsman or woman.
We want to know the tiddlywink scores and everything. Fantastic. We'll do it all again next Monday.
And thanks,
you have a
Tierney,
fantastic
for getting
week.
in contact with me after the
We're going to go to the news.
Scotty, have a great day.
We're going to go to the news. We're going to go there right now.
Bye, everyone.
6WR Waringarri Radio is the Aboriginal